You think these fights can actually be made though? Because it's a new era in boxing where I feel like, you can position yourself on social media to be, this, that, and the third, and then, if a fight doesn't materialize, your fan base is saying the other guy is scared, so it gives you an out, right? You think some of these fights can actually be made? You talked about Terrence Crawford, the money situation. Devin Haney, I'm sure that would also be a money situation because they're looking for big dollars to get into the ring with Jaron Ennis. Do you think these fights can actually be made?
Listen, all of these fights can actually be made. The problem is everybody holding on to something that ain't real.
Yeah.
Everybody holding on to something that ain't real, and it's creating, excuse my language, but like pussy tendencies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you start to really think that these dudes are scared of each other, or you might really start looking at a guy like, you know what, he might be that dangerous. You know what I mean? And these guys get nervous before they even get in there. All of these fights could be made. The problem is business. Why is business the problem? Because money. Money make people act stupid. So if somebody feel like they're not getting paid enough, or somebody feel like that's not enough money being offered, or if that's not enough money to break down and this and that, the fights won't happen. So like you was just saying earlier, how did Mean Machine get the fight? He got the fight because at that time Terrence Crawford was dealing with Top Rank, and Top Rank had to find him opponents, and they found Mean Machine. Mean Machine was able to fight over there, so that's why. Paperwork has a lot to do with why some of these fights don't get made. And by paperwork, I mean contracts. You know what I mean? If a guy signs to be somewhere else, how can he just now, you know what I mean, be over here? You know what I mean? So you're not gonna work at Burger King and McDonald's at the same time. That's stupid. Because it's the same thing, really. But
Right.
it is different. You know what I'm saying? It is different. But you're not gonna do both of those jobs at the same time. I'm gonna leave McDonald's and go to Burger King. You're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you don't see too many cross promotions. But when you do see the cross promotion, one is being used as a sacrificial lamb, like a Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Ryan Garcia was perfect to have in there with Tank Davis because of the fame, because he what he brings to the table. He's a big kid. He's a good looking kid. He has a lot of fans, and Tank Davis is just a monster. So it's like this is perfect. At the same time, Golden Boy hits the lottery because they don't believe he's going to win anyway, but they making a lot of money off of sacrificing him.
Yeah.
Now guess what? He get in there, he get knocked down in the second round. Cool. It wasn't the craziest knockdown. He wasn't hurt super bad, but he felt it. Now in the sixth or seventh round, he get hurt with a body shot. Guess what? He could have got up, but you know why he didn't get up? Why the job is done here. I can't beat the man. I'm not gonna let him destroy me. I'm gonna get up and live to fight another day.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by pussy. These guys is pussies. Because he knocked you down 2 times, you already like, I can't beat him. I might as well just go ahead and cash out. Go ahead and get the money, and then I'll fight somewhere else, and then I'll hang with Floyd Mayweather and then build me back up. And then these guys is chumps, man. You know what I mean? And that's what's happening in boxing right now. And these fights can definitely be made, but nobody want to lose. So it's creating like the real pussy era. Like these guys soft, man, for real. A lot of
Yeah.
them is soft, for real.
So let me ask you about Devin and Tank, and I want to add Saudi into this because they've been going back and forth on social media a lot. Bill Haney has been the advocate for Devin Haney, doing most of his talking. Tank, of course, he's been shooting off as well. I I think it's difficult to make that fight currently just because of the weight difference. I think Devin had to strip down to I think he had to strip naked in order to make 140 pounds. He rehydrated up to 165. Don't know what Tank rehydrates up to, but I'm pretty sure it's not 165. So there's a significant weight difference there. A lot of people are calling for the fight to happen at 140 without a rehydration clause. What are your thoughts on a fight like that? Should there be a rehydration clause? Is Tank a small fighter? Should that matter? What are your thoughts on that?
Tank is not small. Let me tell you something, right? Anybody again who pays attention to the human body, everybody's shaped differently,
Yep.
right? Tank's weight is in his core. His weight sits in the middle of his body. He got a real wide frame. So if you looked at his frame and you looked at his junior middleweight's frame, that's the frame he had. Now his limbs aren't that big. He got small legs, small arms, but his chest area, his around his belly and all of that, real wide. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now, these guys, all of these guys walk around 20 pounds plus over their fight weight. You know what I'm saying? That's all of them. I don't see no problem with the fight. I don't see no problem with the fight being um, at 140 without a rehydration clause. The reason I don't see a problem with that is because at the end of the day, y'all both made weight. Now we just gonna go ahead and rumble. Just because a guy weigh more, don't mean he gonna beat you. We seen that with Floyd and Canelo. Floyd was too fast for Canelo,
Yep.
even though he only gained probably 4 or 5 pounds overnight. He was the faster guy. He was the smarter, sharper guy. You know what I mean? That's what matters. Who's gonna be better that night? So I don't care about weight clauses and all that. Make the weight that you're supposed to make. Show up and fight. As far as the fight being in Saudi and all of that, I mean, I don't know what kind of money they dealing with over there. I heard it's a lot of money, so that'll determine. We'll see. Because if they willing to pay a certain amount of money, I, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be watching it over in Saudi.
You think they're paying a lot of money over there, or is you think that's hype? Because I heard 50 million, 75 million for Joshua, which seems like a lot. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, listen, these are the guys who that we believe they have control over like oil and all types of crazy shit. I don't know the exact truth of what they got going on, but we hear all these stories about how money is nothing to these guys. I mean, if that's the truth, then we'll be seeing the fight because America loves money.
Yep. One last question for you. Tim Tszyu, Terrence Crawford, they've been talking about a potential fight. I like what Tim Tszyu has been doing here recently. You got to give him props for what it is that he's done. I didn't believe in Tim Tszyu, but he got off the deck against Goucher, did exceptionally well against Tony Harrison, got Brian Mendoza out of there. You got to give him credit for what it is that he's doing. Terrence Crawford, best pound for pound fighter in the world right now, thinking about moving up to 54. You like that fight for Bud?
Yeah, I like the fight, but I don't think Australia is gonna put Tim Tszyu out there like that.
You don't think they'll make the
Because
fight?
because if you think about it, Tim Tszyu is what, like 27, 28 years old,
Somewhere
29,
around there. Yeah.
right? If you be honest, he's not educated enough for Terrence Crawford, but big enough, strong enough to hurt him. That's true.
Yeah.
He is. He big enough, strong enough, but Terrence Crawford has the ability, the will, the drive to hurt a guy like Tim Tszyu. If he hurts Tim Tszyu, Australia melts right in front of our eyes. You know what I'm saying? Everything they stacked up over there, everything they built up is gonna melt right in front of us. Why
Yeah.
would they do that? Why would they do that to that kid?
I wouldn't put him in the ring with Terrence Crawford right now, but he seems to be interested in that fight. I feel like, to your point, I think Crawford's way too skilled for him. I think Crawford's go in there and pretty much beat him up. I think it'll probably take 2 or 3 rounds to kind of get his timing and all of that. And after that, it's probably a whitewash, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He gonna beat him. He would beat him right now. If he was gonna fight Crawford, he should maybe wait like 2 years. You know what I mean?
Crawford be
Because he think Tim Tszyu think I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna be strong, and I'm gonna shoot my jab, and then I'm gonna fire a deadly right hand at him, and at some point I'm gonna catch him. It's not that easy. Now,
right.
Tony Harrison, who's a bigger guy but a bigger target, uh, weak legs. His legs aren't the best, and he has tendencies of folding after seventh, eighth round. You know what I mean? No disrespect to Tony Harrison. I love Tony Harrison, but I mean he got tendencies where he falls apart. Of course you're gonna go in there and stop Tony Harrison. And then who they give him after that? Brian Mendoza.
Yep.
Brian Mendoza, he gonna go in there and go to war with you. He gonna put himself in front of you to be hit. Of course you're gonna get over. You know what I mean? Of course you're gonna get the edge. You know what I mean? But a guy like Terrence Crawford is gonna make you think, but while making you think, he gonna be inflicting pain. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't see that happening right now.
I don't disagree with you. Well, man, dude, I really appreciate you joining. I mean, man, your insight is just so great, man, and I just really enjoy hearing you talk, man. So you're always welcome to come on here, and I can't wait to get you back on again and talk boxing. Appreciate you, dog.
Appreciate you, bro. Anytime. Get
All
with you.
right. All right, dude. Later.
My man.
Peace.